So Monday night history class at the Isupk under Commander Junior Hanna. Newsflash: Latinos, Native Indians, or Israelites. Right? We have the evidence. We have a book here from James Adair. Right? His name was James Adair, and Princess is going to get it right now. Right? A book by James Adair, where he, a white man, he found notable Israelite customs amongst what we call today Native American Indians, right? So Native Indians, they kept Israelite customs. No one taught it to them. They didn't it wasn't rubbed off from them by other Jewish people, right? But they seemingly had Native Indian cultures themselves. So James Adair is going to go into it right now, and we're gonna read what he says. Right? We're going to go to argument 8. All right? Is this the old? Oh, this is regular English.
Yeah.
Or still old English?
Yeah, this is the old one.
Okay, it's the old English. So these are old books. This book is from 1775. This is nothing recent. This is when you're getting the raw history from the horse's mouth by whoever wrote about history back then. Right? That's the book we're reading out of right now. Right? Read me anything that we see that worthy. Anything you see there. You know what I mean?
Let me go right here. Flip the page. Okay.
I like this page right here. Go to the bottom of the left page right here.
This side right here?
Yeah. Scroll all the way down.
No.
There we go.
And then shift it over.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Scroll down some more. Scroll down. Right. Just read that right there. Argument 8. Okay. There we go. So this book right here is called History of the American Indians. There we go. James Adair. We come to Captain Cutzler. All the stuff I'm teaching now, right, is stuff that was taught to Captain Cutzler by Commander Johanna, and Captain Cutzler passed these down to me in conversations and wherever I saw him teaching. So a good thing Captain Cutzler is, you see him teaching history, grab your pen and your pencil. You see what I'm saying? Grab a paper right on there where he's gonna tell you. All right? Right? Good. Go ahead, Cutzler, when you're ready.
Come. In the book of the history of the American Indians by Adair James, approximately 1709, 1786. Their festivals, facts, and religion rites have afford a great refer balance to that of the Hebrew.
Now, the festivals, fasts, and religious rites he's talking about is not about what they call the Jewish people at all, right? It's not talking about. He's not saying he's saying he's talking about Native Indians here, right? And he's talking when he says there is the Native Indians that he are coming across in America, right? The book is called The History of the American Indians, right? Their festivals, their fasts, and their religious rites have also a great resemblance to those of the Hebrews. A white man said that in the 1700s. All right, so a lot of us we're not familiar with Native Indians because we're city folk now. We're city people. So you walking around talking about, oh, the Native Indians are not Israelites. Well, the white man who saw it said different when he saw them being Indians. You see Indians now wearing jeans and sneakers. You see what I'm saying? Out of power, right? He saw the Native Indians in their full culture of being a Native Indian. And he said their feasts, their fasts, their religious rites, they have resemblance to those of the Hebrews, the Israelites. Keep going.
It will be
those F's are S. All right, so you say necessary.
Oh, it would be necessary.
Right.
Here to take a short view of the principal Jewish,
Jewish.
no, Jewish fit, etc.
Feasts. Right?
Feast.
So those F's are because Old English, all those F's is how they wrote the S. Right? So the principle of the Jewish feasts. All right. It will be necessary here to take a short view of the principal Jewish feast and keep going.
And they kept every year
A sacred
feast called the Path.
Hold on. The what? The Pass?
The Passover.
The Passover. The Native Indians had a Passover. You ever heard it before? I've never heard that before. Because I've been teaching some stuff out of here, he might have taught it, but at the time, the point that he was making was not that they had a Passover. He was pointing to the culture. The Native Indians had a Passover. I'm sure because I taught it. But maybe it might have been the things that I was focused on in teaching. The Native Indians had a Passover. They had a Passover. See what I'm saying? Keep reading.
In memory of their deliverance from Egypt bondage.
Hold on. So the Native Indians, they had a feast where they celebrated their memory, their long lost memory of getting away from Egyptian bondage. That is deep. That's heavy, right? Meaning what? The other Native Indian religions that go against these Native Indians, where they believe that they just sprang out of the ground in the Americas, is a lie. That the water fell from the sky when they rained and mixed with the mud, and there came out these brown people out of the ground. That's some getting high lie. That's a lie that you get when you're high. That's a lie. You see what I'm saying? The Native Indians kept a Passover, and they said it was because it's to remember when they got saved. Saved. The Christians were talking about being saved and saved. I am saved. Saved from what? Being saved in the Bible. You got saved from out of the hands of destruction of another race of people that was trying to harm your race of people. The Native Indians believed one time they was in slavery. They was in bondage. Bondage means this. Put your hands together like a bond. And you are bondage.
Sound language.
Yeah.
Right here means work.
Damn. So this right here, sign language means work, meaning I'm a slave. I'm at the slavery right now. This is the sign language, and I'm going to work right now. They got me like, you know what I mean? Well, no problem. Let's keep reading, brothers.
Come.
Native Indian history, guys.
Come.
All the way to the right.
Go to the next page.
No. Right. Scroll it to the right. Scroll it to the right. Drag it to the right.
Oh, drag it to the right?
Yeah. There we go. All the way to the right. All the way over. All the way over. All the way over.
Okay.
Right there. All the way up.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, good. Egyptian bondage. Keep going.
Come. Egyptian bondage. The festival, religion, rites.
No, this is the title of the chapter is their Native Indians festivals and religious rites. So we start right there. 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah.
Was appointed. Leviticus chapter 23. Chapter 23. Right. To these. They added an eighth. To these they added. They added an eighth through a religion principle as purgatory and to clear their houses. Houses of all leaven.
So after that you have the Passover, and then you have the 7 days after, which is the 7 days, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The Native Indians had that. The Native Indians did that. You see what I'm saying? You know what's funny? I don't find no Jewish people talking about this. We're in America. We're in the land of the Native Indians, right? The Native Indians talk everywhere about how they've been treated in Native Indian history, and this was their land. the Jewish man walking all up and down Crown Heights, walking all up and down Brooklyn, walking all around Manhattan in New York City and Jersey in the States, and they're not saying, hey, you know what? I've heard that the Native Indians had Jewish culture. I've never heard that before. Why is that? What is the scheme behind not letting us know that the Native Indians had Jew culture? They would call it Jewish holidays. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, Salaki, if I may, what you dropping so hard by the going west, this is his argument to, you know, to show the people, these people on this side of the world, in the new world, is doing this culture. That this is his arguments that he presented to his, you know, to the men who's above him. Right. You know what I mean? To the men who pay for the slave, to pay for those ships, to, you know what I'm saying, to go to the new world, to see what is these people, these new people that we never saw before, is doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's just a witness to their culture.
Right.
And it's like, yo, that's similar to what I read in the Bible. And so that's why he pulled up Leviticus a lot. Right. And that's why I say this is their argument. This is his argument. That's preaching.
Right. But of course, the opposition argument is that these are cannibals, and these people they need to be civilized. They need to be given religion. When you got there, they met you at the beach with gifts. You, being uncivilized, bad manners, came to them with no gifts. With your bad manners, you came with no greetings. Just poor upbringing. These Europeans came to this new country with just nothing in their hands. No gifts at the door. Come on the shore with no gifts. Just bad upbringing, just bad manners. You see what I'm saying? The Native Indians had better manners than the European man when the Europeans came here. And it points to Leviticus too for the 7 days. That Leviticus XX, X means 10. The I means 1. So we got 10, which is 20. 1, 2, 3 I's, 23. Leviticus 23, which is the chapter of the high holy days in the Bible. We're going to read it tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Day of Atonement. All right? Keep reading.
And to fix their mind before they enter on that religion duty.
So to fix their mind, meaning the Native Indians, they want to go leave everything that was in the world at the door, and they get to focus. Meaning they put their spirit, or their mind rather, like you said, right? Their mind. It means to get their spirit right when they came to go do these high holy days. All right, which is something that we do today. You see what I'm saying? You might talk about your Jay-Z and your Cardi B at the door, but when these days were coming up, you got your mind into thinking about what? The freedom of your people, the love of your people, the history of your people. That's why you went up and ate the lamb on the Passover and on the bread, to remember the pain of your people in the past. We fixed our minds today when doing the same days. They did the same thing. Keep going.
The name of the festival is derived from a word which signify to pass over.
Passover. So in other words, what he's saying is the Native Indians didn't call it a Passover, but they had a word that derived from a phrase which means to pass over. And for those who don't know what the Passover is, what it's named the day it's called the Passover, is that at that time there was a death angel that the Lord brought upon Egypt when we was there to kill, to disappear every firstborn male of every species in the land. Right? The only way the angel would be commanded to pass over your house is if you had got blood from a lamb and rubbed it on the doorpost of your house. The angel who was traveling through the land would see the sheep's doorpost as commanded by his prophet, which is a man on the earth, which was instructed by the Lord to tell the people, to all who would hear to that prophet. Okay? So the angel is marking who listened to this particular man. Of course, Moses was in an Israelite group, and he had other Israelite groups. I can name them for you right now. I got the Bible right here. All I gotta do is go to Numbers 16, right, where he talks about the different Israelite groups in the days of Moses. Right, Numbers chapter 16. There we go. Let me name it right now. There we go. Number 16. Korah, the son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and so Korah is one leader of a fake Israelite group back then. Dathan was a leader of another Israelite group. He was with Abiram. Him and David and Abiram run another Israelite group opposed to Moses' Israelite group. Right? Abraham the son. And On. There was a man called On. Let me see what On's name was in the Hebrew. Right? On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, he took men and they rose up before Moses. These were other Israelites from the tribe of Reuben. Here, they created their own Israelite group. You see what I'm saying? Scroll up a little bit. All right. And for those, for those who got any questions, let me know. All right. Different Israelite groups is in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And right here, if you were not following Moses, you were not in the truth. It didn't mean that you knew more scriptures than the other man to be in the truth. It didn't mean that you had to know everything to be rolling with the truth. You see what I'm saying? Moses was rolling with Joshua. Did Joshua know everything? No. He had men that knew things, men that knew about the high holy days, men that knew about the uncleanness laws, men that knew about the history, men that knew about the language, the history of the language from the time of Adam and so forth. Men that that knew family things, men that kept the things sacred to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in boxes and stuff like that. He had guys who were appointed to things. You see what I'm saying? And Moses had the same thing. That's why these are different books. All right. We're going to get the name of On right quick. Let me hold on 1 second. What I gotta do is go to Numbers 16 again. Number 16. Okay. And another thing too. Yahweh, Christ, the King. He didn't say, "You shall know my disciples by who knows the most scriptures." That's not what he said. Right? The name of On is Awan in the Hebrew. Awan. Right? Awan. Okay. Okay. Good. Right? Christ didn't say, yeah, the brothers who are in the truth are going to be the brothers who know the most scriptures. That's not what he said. He didn't say the brothers who are in the truth are going to be the ones who are kept that spit out the most scriptures. That's not what Yahweh said. He says this, but let's get this scripture. Let's get this scripture right quick for us. It's a sidebar, right? Right? No, what I got is putting no disciple. Right? Numbers chapter it's not Numbers. This is John 13 and 35. Right? Right. I'll read it. I'll read the verses, all right?
Oh, the class.
John 13 and 35. By this shall all men know, meaning all men should know this, that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. That's how you know who was Yahushai's, the real camp of Yahushai. It was not who knew the most scriptures. It was not who had the most members. It was not who wore the most purple. It was not by who, it's not by who because head priest Marshall went to this camp. It was not by who stayed in New York while Commander Giano went to Philly. He said, "This is how you know my disciples. If you have love to one another." You have to love one another if you are a disciple. If you come into the Israel School of UPK, make sure that you learn to love the brothers in here. Meaning what? Can you get into contention? Yes, it's natural. Can you get into an argument? Yes, it's natural. What do you do with it? Can you be offended by a brother? Yes, it's natural. What do you do with it? Now, if you have love to one another, number one, all the laws hang on loving the Most High with all your heart and loving thy neighbor or thy brother like thyself. Loving thy neighbor, thy brother, like thyself. What does that mean? Christ said this, Matthew 18 and 15 and 16, right? If a man offend you, go to him and him alone. If he hears you, you have gained thy brother. Shalom, Mr. Bayan, you okay? Okay. Most High in Christ, I'm teaching class, all right? But it's good to hear that you're home, all right? I know, sir. No, sir. For those who don't know, Bayan, I was with me before class, and we went down to the Sunni college together, right? You know, we got sent out by the Lord to go build this garment department. All right, so we're gonna go take the necessary steps by all means. You know what I mean? You know, with clothes and in hunger if need to. So we're gonna be fed. We're gonna be all right. But we're gonna be going down there the same way how Jacob told his sons, Judah and them, go down to Egypt and get food for my people. Now we going down there, Lord willing. Trust out with me, maybe so. Trust out on board. All right, we going down there. We're going down. I ain't saying weird. I don't know you weirdos be following me around, right? But we're going down to investigate into the not the fashion world, but the fashion academia. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna go down there. You see what I'm saying? To get the things that is right and sturdy for the Israelite school of BPK. And Lord willing to put, what is that? Sturdy?
Strong.
I don't feel it.
Strong workout.
You got niggas in the world that do shit like this. When I saw that, I knew that this is sturdy.
It's sturdy and strong.
Yeah.
Workout.
You know what I mean? Come on, right? So yeah, we're gonna be doing that the same way how Jacob and them did. You know, for their cause, we're gonna do that. We go out and get everything in the world and bring it into this house. You know what I mean? So this house, so they maybe meet in the house. Brothers in here, we're gonna we have to feed brothers in here, give them work, find better way to teach the brothers in the house. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why teach a man? Why give a man a fish but you can teach him to fish? You see what I'm saying? No problem. Let's get back to the James there. All right, these religious rites. And by the way, this Passover happened by following one man that was in the truth, the other men who claimed they were in the truth, or that Lord was with everybody. The Lord was not with everybody. I got that part right here. It says right here, Numbers 16 and 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Moses and Aaron is in the same group together, right? And said unto them, ye take too much upon you. Translation: How can all of the Israelites in the USA and every state be leaning on this small group called ISPK? That's what they say. They say, ye take too much upon you. Seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. This is the fake Israelites talking, by the way, right? They believe that no matter what group you're in, you are holy because you're an Israelite, not because you're in a group. That's what Dathan and On is saying to Moses. This is not Moses who's in the truth talking. This is fake Israelites talking to Moses. All the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Now, wherefore, Moses, then lift ye yourself up above the congregation of the Lord. And when Moses heard the fake Israelites say that, he fell on his face, because the fake Israelites were wrong to say that all Israelites are holy without coming into the home of the truth. All right, just read number 16 on your own time, right? Okay, good. Let's get back to the part that is right before this, right? The Passover, right? Well, this is way after this part. Got it? There we go. All right.
Because when the destroying angel flew through the Egyptian house.
Hold on now. I've never heard that angle. The Native Indian says the angels flew through the houses. I never heard that before. The Bible didn't say that. The Bible said they passed over, right? But the Native Indians' angle is different because they're saying that you gotta go on the doorposts, and they're flying through the houses, right? In other words, if you didn't have the blood on your door, he flew in your house. You see what I'm saying? That's what he was. He was there in spirit, and you got sick and died. If you had the blood on your doorpost, he passed over your house and flew into the next house. Like I'm talking about scary movie stuff. I'm talking about Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? The ghost flying through the alleyway and down the alleyway and through the doors. Except Scooby Doo, they unmasked the man in there. Meanwhile, these things cannot be unmasked because they are the things that you imagine about in your scary movies. All right, keep reading.
And killed the firstborn.
Yikes! Where's the horror movie? The horror movie sound. Keep going.
He passed over thou of the Israelites.
He passed over those of the Israelites. Keep reading.
The top of the house door was
the tops of whose doors?
Whose doors was
stained
with the blood of the lamb, which they were ordered to kill.
Good. Now imagine this. Imagine Commander Johanna give you an order. He says, "Hey, take the vaccine." You take the vaccine in your eye. You didn't take the vaccine. You dead. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. You see what I'm saying? One man tells his group to do something, kill the lamb. The other Israelite groups here in Korah and Dathan and Abiram, they're like, why would we do that? God is not gonna do nothing to us because we're Israelites. Well, your son died on that day. You didn't listen to a man in the truth, Moses. You didn't listen to him. So your son died on that day. The firstborn of your family and the firstborn of your cow, the firstborn dog. If your dog was happy to be the firstborn dog out of the fold that he came out of, your dog was dead. You see what I'm saying? Your cat was dead. You know what I mean? The roaches in your house. If they were the firstborn roach, the first egg that hatched, that roach died right there in your house. You know why did that roach is? The fly in your house, the fly that comes in your window. If you're the firstborn fly, he's flying like this and drops. All right, no problem. The Native Indians knew about it. The Native Indians taught about it. The Native Indians kept the holy days for it. Keep reading.
The ceremony.
Solemnity.
Yeah, solemnity.
Solemnity means they get dressed up on mass for the state.
Was instituted with the strength injection to let their children know the cause of that ordinance observance and to mark that night through all their generations.
Good, because the precept says, train a child in the way he or she should grow, paraphrasing. And when that child, he or she grows up and is now an adult, he or she will not depart from it. And that's very important because today we're raised Christians. And Christians are taught the Bible and are not taught the Passover. Don't keep no Passover. Learn all about Jesus Christ. If you don't know the Bible enough to read about Jesus Christ keeping the Passover, Jesus Christ was born around the Passover. He was born at the Passover time. You see what I'm saying? But Christians are not trained to be taught the importance of the Passover, so we don't. The Native Indians knew better. The Native Indians kept the Israelites' custom. Okay, keep going, Professor.
3 days before this sacred festival, they chose a lamb without spots or blemish, and killed it on the evening of the 14th day of Abib.
So in other words, the Native Indians, they're saying the Native Indians did the same thing. they kept the Passover to the T. You know what I mean? They got a lamb 3 days before. They made sure it had no spots or blemishes. They took the life of that sheep, that lamb, on the evening of the Passover, right, which was the first moon of the ecclesiastical, and the 7th of the civil year, right? Good. And they ate it. They ate it with bitter herbs, meaning what? They ate it with onions. Bitter herbs is things that you can't eat by itself. They would just not eat on its own. So you get peppers that you would not eat by itself. You want to eat it raw. You'll get onions that you would not eat an onion raw. You'll get garlic because you would not eat a garlic raw. You put it with food and make food wonderful with these bitter herbs. All right, go ahead, Professor.
Oh, Salaki, sir. And would you drop this so heavy? And also just to remind the brother and sister, remember, he's saying what he saw what the Native American Indians is doing and what he read in the Bible. That's all he's doing. That's why he said 3 days before the feast festival. He's saying this is what they did 3 days before it. They slay a lamb without blemish. Before I just read that scripture to, you know what I'm saying, incorporate. This is what the Indians have done 3 days before they did their festival. That's what I say, 3 days before this festival. It wasn't no festival in Egypt. You know what I mean? This is the festival in the American Indians. This is their festival. And that's what he's talking about. Their festival.
So what brothers are hitting on is a key point, right? To say that he's making a striking comparison between the Native Indians' culture and what he reads in the Bible, right? So of course we know that in this time coming out of Egypt, Moses told the people, hey, we don't got time to cook all this food because the Egyptians are about to come and kill us. Make unleavened bread, cook with lamb, because lamb cooks the fastest, right? And we had this feast when we was coming out of Egypt, all right? And that became the culture of the Passover, and the Native Indians are doing it to the T. Keep reading here. Already down to they ate it.
They ate it?
Let's keep reading from where we was.
Which was the fourth moon of the ecclesiastical, and in the 7th of the civil year, and they ate it with bitter herbs, without breaking any of the bones of it.
Right. Now this I don't think this is a requirement. What he's saying is the Native Indians did this thing.
That's what the flavor's at.
The Native Indians, right? That is what the flavor. But the Native Indians didn't break the bones in the land when they was making it. Keep reading.
Thus,
prefiguring
the death of Messiah.
So in other words, the Native Indians. Now this is complex. This is not just simple culture stuff. That means they had breakdowns of things pertaining to Isaac and the Lamb, the Passover Lamb, and Christ being the Lamb of God, right? Where the prophet said that Christ is the Lamb, meaning he was Isaac, who was supposed to be slaughtered, right, on the fire by Abraham, right? When the Lord told him to go kill a lamb. Christ is the lamb that was killed for our sins. Remember this now. This is the book from 1775. James Adair is making records of things that he saw the Native Indians do in the 1700s. Christ died right around 1600 years before that. You see what I'm saying? Christ died. You got the AD, the AD on the year, 1 AD, 2025 AD. You got the BC before Christ, and you got AD to say after the death of Christ. All right? So the native Indians are after Christ. They 1,000+ years after Christ, and they got days where they are likening the high holy day, the Passover, to not breaking the land, because the bones of Christ were not broken on the Passover when he was crucified, right? His bones were not broken. They put him into a cave or something like that, right? Put into a cave and he got risen up. His bones were not broken. So the native Indians saying, well, the Lamb of God's bones didn't get broken. We're not going to break the bones of this lamb. Now, this don't mean that you're sinning if you break a lamb bone on the Passover today, right? Well, this is just to say that this is the idea that the native Indians had in their mind. Notably, on the day of the actual Passover, when Moses was getting people out of Egypt, he commanded Israelites to break the bones down. Do not leave no bones there. You eat that, and you have to turn the bones into dust. You have to put the bones back in the fire, and them bones stay and turn into ash. That's what Moses told them to do back then. So I'm saying that to say that, this thing where they were not allowed to harm the bone. I'm not familiar with that in the Bible, with all of our Bible studies. I'm not familiar. Maybe it's there, but I'm not familiar. But what I do know is that signified a breakdown in their mind of how they thought about things. All right, keep reading.
This was the reason that this was the chief of the day of unleavened bread.
Right, the Passover is the chief, the head of the days to the unleavened bread. Keep reading.
And they were stricken, forbidden all manner of work on that day.
Like it says in the Bible. But now they say the Bible is a white man's book. But the white man doesn't keep any laws in the book. But the native Indians kept the laws of the book without the book. You see what I'm saying? So whose book is it really? This is a really good book. James Adair, right? The history of the American Indians. This right here is, you need this for all camps. This would be good in Jersey, because we told the Latino brothers at the bus stop out there to know that this is the thing the native Indians kept and did, and they claim that this is they claim that this is the oppressor's book. They claim that this is the European man's book, and the Europeans don't do anything in this book. What Christian kept the Passover from England? Is there some Caucasian man, a Christian? Does the Pope celebrate a Passover? Let me ask Google this. The head of religion in the New World. You know what I mean?
Manifest destiny, that guy.
Does the Pope Alexander keep the Passover? Neither Pope Alexander nor any Catholic Pope keeps the Jewish Passover. Then what are you doing with the book? I'm gonna ask him another thing. They're supposed to sit on Peter's seat. Does the Pope sit on Peter's seat? Yes, the Pope symbolically sits on, or more accurately, exercises authority from the chair of Saint Peter. By the way, saint means Israelite. The Pope is not a saint, because the Pope is not an Israelite. All right, no problem. Being that the Pope sat on Peter's chair, did Peter keep the Passover? Hold on. Did Peter keep the Passover? Yes, Peter kept the Passover, both by preparing the Last Supper, which was the Passover with Jesus, and by his subsequent imprisonment during the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Come on, this is a joke.
People East.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna do their thing. Oh. Does the Pope keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread? No, the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church do not keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. They don't do the Bible, first of all. To do the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, means to do the Bible. The Native Indians are saying they're not even breaking the bones in the lamb because they didn't break Christ's bones in the crucifixion. The Pope ain't doing none of that. He said the Roman Catholic Church ain't doing none of that. Come on, it's a joke. It's a joke. You see what I'm saying?
This is a witness
Yeah.
to their festival.
Right.
He's just writing down. He's just writing down what they do.
And here's another thing too. Here's another thing too. The Pope is right to not keep a Passover because his people were not saved from no Egyptian army and bondage.
Right.
Like they don't. In other words, like they would have no. Like the Native Indians are saying, this is we read it a while ago, a page up, that they did it in memory of leaving Egyptian bondage. The Pope doesn't have no lineage that left from no Egyptian bondage. Come on, let's keep going, brother.
Come. Be finding. How you pronounce that? Besides.
Oh, by the way, they were strictly forbidden of all manner of work on that day because in Leviticus 23, on these same high holy days, the Passover, the first and the last day of the on the feast of unleavened bread, you're not allowed to do no work. That's the law. You're not allowed to do no work. You have to come down there and eat with the family. I'm talking about the family at large. Because we all gathering from wherever we come from to go there. See, I could imagine what that was like. A native Indian Passover. You talking about the whole Midwest gotta gather in like Idaho or something. They all gotta leave town and leave their tents and go down to like Mississippi or somewhere and have a giant. That's dope. That is incredible. You all walk your coast down there. That's amazing. That's amazing. The thought of that, mind blown. Keep reading.
No uncircumcised.
Besides no uncircumcised. Keep reading.
Or unclean, profound
person.
Unclean
persons.
Person. Oh yeah, come. Persons ate of the
Paschal.
Paschal lamb.
Paschal to say the lamb of Passover. Paschal means Passover. So if you were unclean, you couldn't. It sounded like they were still there for the Native Indians. Of course, they are 1,000 years from the culture, right? But they are still saying the law where the unclean person cannot attend the Passover. The unclean person was there at the Native Indians Passover, but were not allowed to eat the Passover lamb because they were unclean. Meaning what? They still got the idea of these laws still with them. Right? No uncircumcised person, because if you're uncircumcised, you were not allowed to come to the Passover because you was kicked out of the nation if you were uncircumcised. The Native Indians are still noting who is circumcised and who is not uncircumcised. Keep reading.
Come. Thou are the people who the diseases or long journey prevented from observing the Passover on that day were obligated to keep it to the next moon. Obligated to keep it to the next moon.
Right. To the next moon. That's cool. Hold on. I'm trying to find the law where they was in the journey.
And that is also in the law. So if something happened or an event, you still get the Passover, but if you to the next, you know what I mean? The next time that you could keep the Passover.
Right. Give me numbers 9 and 10 right quick.
Come.
Or should I get it?
I got it.
Numbers, okay.
Numbers 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Numbers chapter 9, verse 10.
Right. Read it.
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reasons of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord.
But give me verse 13.
Verse 13. But the man.
So what it's saying is, if you're unclean, right, or something like that, yeah, you can't go to the Passover, but you still have to keep a Passover. You see what I'm saying? You still got to keep it. Okay? Keep reading.
Come. Numbers chapter 9, verse 13. But the man that is is clean and is not in a journey and forbeareth to keep the Passover.
Right, but the man that is clean and is not in a journey, meaning it's the Passover. The Passover was where last year, Atlanta. Passover is in Atlanta, right? You have to be in Canada. You're not being allowed across the border, right? You are in a journey, right? Meaning it's too far for you to get there for the reason, right? Or you're in New York, but you got absolutely no money. You see what I'm saying? You have no way to get to the Passover, and you are clean. You're not unclean. You just got no money. You are what is categorized as being in a journey. Now, if you're not in a journey, you in Atlanta, you live in the suburbs of Atlanta, right? You're clean, right? Keep reading.
Even the same soul shall.
But you choose to not come to the Passover because you're scared of the brothers, right? Or you choose to not come to the Passover because you don't believe that Commander Gianna is the keeper of the house of the truth. You with some other Israelite group, and you don't keep the Passover. Then what? Even the what?
Even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people.
That's what happened to Mr. Sakari, the peg master. That's what happened to him. He was supposed to come to the Passover. He forbeareth, meaning he decided that they not going to go to the Lord's Passover. The Lord said, all right, I got your number. I know how to get you out of even being called an Israelite. Now you don't even roll with the Sakari Israelite group that you were with. Now you go roll with the Hoovers. He took you out from among the Israelite people. So you can go hang. I'm talking about the Israelite community where we say we're Israelites and we greet Yahweh. Like you're not there no more. You see what I'm saying? The Lord kicked him out because he said he was going to come to the UPK Passover. He said it at a sit down. We've kept a desire in Atlanta at the school. They had to sit down. He had to give an apology to Commander Johanna for the evil things he said about Commander Johanna. Unscrupulously, without cause. You see what I'm saying? And he said he was going to come to the Lord's Passover. He did not come. No problem. You're not going to see him around anymore. He's going to be cut off from among his people. You see what I'm saying? He got cut off from that. He didn't get cut off from us. He got cut off from Sakari because he didn't come to the UPK Passover. You see what I'm saying? Because what? Keep reading.
Because he brought not the offering.
He brought not what?
An offering.
He brought not the offering. See what I'm saying? You know what your offering is? The $200 that they say is your Passover fee. That's your offering. Like you offer it up. It didn't say because you didn't bring the lamb. It didn't say because you didn't bring the corn. It says you didn't bring the offering. The offering is whatever you're told to bring. You see what I'm saying? If the venue costs $34,000, bring your offering to pay for that venue. Put all your money together and pay for that thing. All right? Because he brought not the offering of the Lord in what?
Of the Lord in his appointed season.
Appointed means we give you a time. Appointed is like appointment. You have an appointment to be in this place, no problem. You have an appointment in this season. You have the appointed season to do the Passover. You didn't bring a $200 fee, no problem. You are in danger. That man shall what?
That man shall bear his sin.
That man shall bear his sin. And he committed some sin against the Lord in his own house. And the Lord took the business of his house and took it outside of his house. Now you all know, and because you all know, Now you and your group cuts him off. So now he goes bang with the Hoovers. All right. Meanwhile, the Hoovers from California joined the school. Outside warrior. You see what I'm saying? He was Hoover. You know what I mean? A real Hoover. Like, you know, like the Sakari guy, he's like a wannabe Hoover. You know, he like, let's name the white boy. Adam 22. He sees right through that. Adam 22 gets on social media and says he's a gangbanger and that like to put things in his backside, making fun of the guerrilla Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? Because he's now portraying to be a gangster now. So now the white boy goes and makes jokes about this man portraying to be a gangster. Meanwhile, he's an undercover, freak in the bed with his wife, doing all the wrong things. You see what I'm saying? So that's that. He shall bear his sin. All right, no problem. And then he's gonna fight and tell you that's not a sin. Right? Okay, good. Give me one verse up. The one verse up explains why the native Indians didn't break the bone. It was right here, verse 12.
You got Numbers chapter 9, verse 12. They shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any bones of it. Oh man,
yeah, that's what James did observe the native Indians doing. They would not break any of the lamb's bone when they were eating it, right? Because even back then in the Bible, it said that there. I forgot about it. I didn't remember this right here, but it's in the Bible. The Lord showed it to us because I wasn't sure. I'm saying I'm not familiar with it. With the Lord, but the Lord said, "Don't worry, priest, I got you." It's not about knowing everything to be in the truth, but it's the whole idea is that the Lord speaks to us in here. It's if I know it, I say I don't know it. The Lord will make me show it right here. You see what I'm saying? So even though I didn't know it, He shows it for us to know. That's being taught by the Holy Spirit. You're taught by the Holy Spirit by being in the ISUPK. You know what I mean? You got some guys out there that'll flip a page, and because the page flips something that says, the Lord said, oh, see, that's the Lord, because we just turned the page. The Lord works in the ISPK. If you don't know that, ask your early Hebrew. He didn't come to the Passover. Wait. Are you not coming to the Passover? The Lord's Passover, meaning the ISUPK Passover, which is the only Lord's Passover. You not coming? Then you're going to find out. You're going to find out, all right? Okay, good. Right? Birds up, please.
Oh, Salaki, so I got to say this again. You got to realize there's a witness. You know what I'm saying? His name is Adair James. He's witnessing this for firsthand. Witnessing this, and he's looking them how they're preparing the lamb.
Yeah.
He at these savages feast day. That's pretty much, you know what I mean? Like, go check those savages out. Yeah. That's what the men about. Go check these savages out.
The European men call them savages.
Savages. Check these savages out so we can learn. You know what I mean? So we can learn something because Europeans love to learn about stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can learn about these savages and how we can overtake them.
Right.
So just observe it, and you know what I mean. So is a person who academically knows about this stuff because he was taught how to write. You know what I mean? How to write. Right. You know what I mean? So people could learn. He's like a scribe for. You know what I mean? He's writing books. He's writing books right. for the king. For the right. king, you know what I mean? Of England. Right, so. Right. And he's just observing, and he's saying, "Oh, they're doing this on a feast day. They have this on a feast day.
Right.
Oh man, I didn't see them break the bones. This sound like what I learned from, because they was going to church. So I learned that in Leviticus.
Right.
So he read, you know what I mean? This is a scholar. So he recognized exactly what they was doing. You know what I mean? And it was in the scripture. This is what, you know what I mean? And this is what's happening right now. You know what I mean? For eyewitness. It's a lot. Read this right here.
Keep reading. Keep reading. Go back to the James Adair book.
You want to go to James Adair?
Yeah, keep reading.
Come. The next moon. Turn. Okay, let me share it. Stop. Put this on again.
It's right over here, right there.
Yeah, this is it right here.
I'll last keep the next move. So read that right there. It's on the 15th day.
Come.
On the 16th day. Stop right there. Right. There we go. Yeah. All the way. Oh, some more. Right. Good. Right there.
Okay. On the 16th day, which was the
second.
Which was the second of the Passover.
So in other words, the 14th day is the first Passover. The law was that if you're unclean, you still got to keep a Passover. It's just not on the same day, right? You gotta wait till the next moon. Moon is where you get the word month from. You gotta wait till the next month. On the 16th day of the next month, which was the second of the Passover, keep reading.
They offered unto God a heap of the new barley harvest, because it was the earliest grain. The priest carried it unto the temple, and having clean and parched it, he grinded and pounded into a flour.
So they were making flour. There's flour in the Americas, brother. Oh, go back to the scripture right quick in Numbers. It said the first month. Scroll to verse 11. Right, verse 11 right here. Where he talked about the second month. Keep reading. Right. So scroll back up to 10.
Are you on 10?
Yeah, scroll right there. There we go. Read that right there.
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean.
Your posterity means your family.
By reasons of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off.
So in other words, if you can't make it to the Passover, but because you are unclean, keep reading.
Yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord.
You're still going to keep the Passover. When? Read.
Verse 11. The 14th day of the second month at evening, they shall keep it.
Right. So if you can't make it to the first Passover, you have to go to the second one, which is the month after. Right? At evening, and you keep it there, and you eat it with.
And eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs.
Now the flour that the native Indians are making is how you make bread. You see what I'm saying? They got the grain, they washed it and parched it, and they said they grounded it down into flour. Go back to the book again from James there. This is native Indian evidence, y'all. He's making his argument. This is native Indian evidence. All right? Good, right there. The 16th day.
On the 16th day.
Don't worry that it says 16th. It could be the native Indians era, or it could be the white man's era. James the Deer was a Caucasian man. He might have just never knew the days. You know, I never know. He's traveling across the ocean. You know what I mean? Remember now, the native Indians was found 1492 when Columbus lands. This is about two and a half hundred years after that. Right? It's about 250 years later, or 1492, so 1800. This is about 1,000 plus years after. I'm sorry. It's 100 years after they don't discover the native Indians, right? Good. Go ahead, President.
Which was the second of the Passover. They offered unto God a heap of the new barley harvest, because it was the earliest grain.
Right. This was the earliest grain. So this is what they used to make bread. So if you didn't have that, in South America, your kind of grain was corn, and you would ground the corn up into a powder, and you make corn tortillas, corn bread. You see what I'm saying? But these were this other kind of grain that they used to make bread. Keep going, President.
the priest carry it unto the temple, and have clean, and having clean and purge it.
Mhm.
He grind or powdered it unto flour.
Good. Keep reading.
Let me see, dipped it in oil,
Keep reading.
and then wave it before the Lord. Throw it, sorry.
Then wave it before the Lord, throwing some.
Unto the fire.
Uh-huh.
The Jews were forbidden to eat any of their new harvest.
So what the saying is they threw it, they raised it before the Lord because that's what we did with the showbread. So this sounds a little different. Sounds a little different from the Israelites did, because the showbread, I don't believe was thrown in the fire. I believe it was kept on the altar.
Okay.
But the way that they're doing their culture, is that this could be from pagan influence, because they did things like that. They threw things into the fire under the Assyrian Empire from when they left out of. So they might be just trying to remember the culture as best as they can. They dipped it in oil because we would fry our bread in oil. You know what I mean? We make fried dumplings. You know what I mean? They waited for the Lord because that's what we did with the showbread, but then they threw it to the fire, which is some other thing. I'm not familiar with that. The Jews were what? Forbidden to eat any of it, of their new harvest.
Till,
Keep reading.
till they had offered up a
Sheep.
a sheaf, the grain of which fell in Omer.
Omer is like a type of measure.
Okay.
But the Israelites did that. Here's what they're throwing in the fire, right? It could be. Now I'm not sure, right? But it could be when there was a time where brothers was offering up food to the angels that came, and the angels would taking the sacrifice from them would turn their food into fire, into dust, and the angel said that the smoke of it went up to the Lord, and the Lord was pleased with their sacrifice. See what I'm saying? So I can't remember what book it was. It was one of them early ones. So it was Kings, or it might have been Kings or Judges, or one of them. A couple was approached by an angel, and to them they had a guest. So they went to go make an offering. They went to go make them bad food. I'm talking about they cooked this thing up till it was delicious. The angel pointed at it to eat it. You see what I'm saying? The angel pointed at it, and he divided delicious food by turning it into smoke, turned into a fire. Woof, food gone. He didn't put it in his mouth. It just turned to smoke, and they said the smoke went up, and the Lord was pleased with their sacrifice. They could be a similar thing that the Native Indians are doing here. Keep going further up.
A small measure of about 5 pence.
Mm-hmm. So they let you know what an omer is. An omer is a small measure of about 5 pints. So you just look at a pint of milk, right? You go get 5 pints. That was what an omer was. It was like a size of like a pot, like a fairly medium-sized pot. They got to fill it up with sheets because they have to come with their offering. Everybody got to come with their offering. Right? Keep reading. And your offering, right? It goes by the money of. It goes by the amount that you're able to work off. So back then, filling up a pot with grain, just per se rice. Today we eat rice today, right? To fill it up with rice, and you picking the rice, picking the rice. That's a lot of work. It would be like a week's work of picking rice, right? You might make $200 in a week. Bring your $200 offering to the Passover. All right? We get the whole idea, right? Go ahead, first.
All was impure and unholy until this oblation was made.
Everybody was impure and unholy until they were able to bring their offering. their Passover fee for this second Passover. Keep on.
But afterward it became hollow, and everyone was at liberty to reap and get in his harvest.
Good. So afterwards, you get your grain in your pot. You're offering it. It is no longer holy because it was an offering made for the Lord, right? You bring it to the Passover, all right? When it's at the Passover, it is not accepted. Now afterwards, everyone can get into this feast and harvest, all right? Good. That's it. Oh well, no, we need a Day of Atonement. We get a Day of Atonement, and then we're gonna end the class on that, right? So next page, yeah, bubble shot. Zoom all the way out until you can see. Scroll off to the left a little bit. I guess I'll call him Lord's name over. That's over there. There we go. Yeah. Yo, he, wa. Here we go. Go to the left again. Go to the left. To the left. There you go. Scroll down some more. Okay, hold on. Because the Israelites lived in tabernacles or booths. We're getting close because that's coming up afterwards, right?
Yeah, that's after the Day of Atonement.
Good. Hold on now. Hold on. Scroll down a little bit. We might have passed this. So let's go back a page. Okay. Go to the right. Go all the way down. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. We just passed over it. There we go. It's right there.
Talking about Ephraim?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, We blow it up a couple hairs.
There we go. Right. Okay. All the way over. There we go. Good. On the 10th day. Go on, Professor.
On the 10th day of the moon, Ephraim.
On the moon, Ethanim. That could be evening. I don't know. I don't think it's evening. It might be the month. The pipe calling the month Ethanim. Ethanim, right? Keep going.
The first day of the civil year, they celebrate the great fast, or feast of
expiation. Never heard that word.
Affliction their fowls.
Expiation, the act of making amends, or reparation for guilt or wrongdoing. Good. Right? So we're gonna afflict our souls. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna afflict our souls. All right? No problem. The Day of Atonement. Atonement means atone for your sins, meaning you're making yourself pure again. All right? You're cleaning your soul, rather. All right? Keep going.
Afflict their souls,
right.
or fowls.
Afflict their, not fowls, souls.
Souls.
Right. You afflict your souls. So that's, and what?
And eat nothing the whole day.
Right. So you afflicted your soul by eating nothing the whole day. So what are you doing the whole day? Suffering. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about food and can't get none. Any other day, you are glad to just watch TV all day and do not eat. Right? You're okay. For me, I'm okay with not drinking sometimes. I go too long without drinking. My regular remind me to drink water. We go to Paratazar. I forgot to drink when I came up here. I'm about to be having the thirstiest class up here with my dry mouth. You see what I'm saying? But the brother thought about the brother. Gave him some water, and I appreciate it too. I appreciate all of your service here. Every man in here does. You know what I mean? Most I'm proud. You know what I mean? So tomorrow, No water. Tomorrow sundown, right? We're gonna have a feast. At that feast, there's gonna be no food. At the feast, there'll be instructions. You'll be looking out for the instructions that we give you. You're not gonna eat after sundown tomorrow night. So tonight eat. Tonight eat, get full. And the whole idea is when you go to the Feast of Unleavened Bread, or when you're preparing for the day, right? The whole idea is to not have the biggest, largest dinner you can get in all of your before sundown. That's not the whole idea. That's not how you go into a fast. What we're gonna do is after you made your gut so wide of all that food, you see what I'm saying? Your gut gonna be big and wide to be even more hungry in the day. You see what I'm saying? You should, what I would advise, this is what I do every year. I have a medium plate. I have some fruit. You see what I'm saying? You know, just do that. Have a medium plate, whatever a medium is, right? You know, and then you know, as it nears the sundown, if you want, have some grapes. I got some grapes with some fruit.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, I eat things in particular that I know is not gonna make my mouth feel salty. Don't be, you know, stinking chips. Chips is salty. You'll be suffering. You wanna flip your souls? You wanna flip your souls more? Go have some chips before some sundown. You're gonna be dying for thirst. You know what I'm saying? Your body's gonna get water from somewhere in your hair to go sort out all that salt in your mouth. I would not do that. I would not be having McDonald's. I made that mistake one year. I had McDonald's. You're dying for the juice 10 minutes after sundown. I'm talking about dying for the juice. You see what I'm saying? You know what you gotta do at that point? You gotta just go to sleep. To just get away from, you know what I mean? You know, don't suffer like that. Right? Have your regular fruit. Have some fruit because the fruit is gonna get away from all of that thing that makes you feel more thirsty. I'm helping you out. Trying to help you out here. Trying to give you a helping hand. All right? Have some fruit or something. You know, not fruit that was dipped in preservative. Just get fruit. There's something great for. Have a regular plate. Boil all the salty stuff. You know, 10 minutes before sundown, or it is 20, 30 minutes. Have some fruit. Have, you know, get some juice. Don't get them juice that make you feel thirsty afterwards. You got some juice that make you, I don't make no sense. You get some juice, some Tropicana juice. What's the one? Sips. Oh man, you drink that and you get more thirsty. Your throat gets more dry for whatever preservative is in that drink. Brothers, please.
Salaam, sir, if I may, I say, just, you know what I'm saying, have a smoothie, some soup, and your body will lift off that for like about at least 2 days. You know what I mean? Because it's already digested. Yeah. Some you're gonna get your vitamins, your minerals, and a smoothie. Remember, you can't eat a whole bag of bananas, but you could drink a whole bag of bananas. You see what I'm saying? Because it's already digested. You can't eat all this kale, but you could drink it.
Right.
And your body will live off of that. That's the stuff that I do. That's what trainers do. When you're a trainer, you're living off the food that you just did 3 hours ago.
Right.
So that's how you have that energy for 24 hours. You know, and more than that. So you don't have no cravings and anything like that. And make sure that and what he say about the grapes is wonderful. Eat some grapes because that's the best to get hydrated.
Right.
Because it's not only water you're getting minerals and vitamins at the same time. So you're going to be hydrated.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So when you do go to the bathroom, up until the last minute, you know what I'm saying? Your urine will look like orange juice, but it won't be as bad. It won't be because your body will already be hydrated.
Oh, that reminds me also. Right, at the last minute, don't be scrambling to drink all the water you can get.
No, that's bad.
All you're gonna do is pee it all out.
You're gonna feel worse. You're gonna feel worse after that.
For others, I said to make a smoothie before sundown. Right. Yeah, so I also made that mistake to think that I'm gonna be better hydrated if I just drink all the water. By the way, right, your body has a natural balancing between the water in your body, right? So the whole idea is water and salt too, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the whole idea is if you drink more water, thinking that you're gonna last the day, your body sees there's more water in you, it just pieces it back out. I'm talking about quick. I'm talking about in the first hour and a half, you're gonna be going to the bathroom like 3-4 times because you're gonna get all the water out that you put in. Just fast. Just take the fast, man. Just hold it down. You see what I'm saying? Just I was gonna say eat it, but I don't want to make you think about eating. You know? But you know what I mean? You know, just step into it. Just take your mind off it. Here's what you do. Take your mind off of food the same way how you take your mind off of your demon. All right? There's like a thing you do. All right, there's a thing I do. Because, you know, demons come and talk to you and they want you to do something bad. And you can never ever do it. You see what I'm saying? So the demons come to you and they say, do this, do that. The way you approach, there's a secret with the Lord too in these days too. The way you approach fighting demons is the same way you approach avoiding eating and drinking on the Day of Atonement. Okay? The same way how you would look at the food and the water and you say no. Just say no. That's what Jim Muhammad told me when it comes to fighting demons. They're trying to get you to do something that is wrong. I had a demon one time, right? The demon, the whole idea of the demon was to make me pick my whole beard out. Because the Lord said, scroll up a little bit on the street right there. The Lord says that you should not mar your beard, right? You should not mar the beard or the hairs on your face, right? I had a thing that I don't know why, but I was just compelled to pick out all. You see me before, President. You see me a couple times with my beard looking messed up in them COVID years. You see what I'm saying? I pick up here, all of the top over here will be gone, and all of the bottom over here be gone. The white man and my saviors made fun of me. You know, they say the guy with the fucking beard. You see what I'm saying? Because they just pick it out. I took get some counsel from General Muhammad, and he would say, when you catch yourself picking your beard, just say no. Just put your hand down. Just say no. But then it's like a OCD. It's like a habit thing where you gotta pick it again. Because in my mind, my mind is telling me I have to comb my beard with my fingernails. And I pick it out and I destroy my beard with it, which is against the law to destroy your beard. You see what I'm saying? General Muhammad said, just say no. And guess what you gotta do on the Day of Atonement? When it comes to thinking about drinking food and water on the day when you're fasting, you have to just say no. Just say no, I'm not doing it. Just say no. I'm not going to. I'm not doing it. Be as hard-headed as you were as a kid when your parents told you to eat the greens, the vegetables, and you said no. You see what I'm saying? Be like that. You see what I'm saying? The Lord gave you a reason to be hard-headed. You're not supposed to be hard-headed to fight against the UPK. You're supposed to be hard-headed on the right side of God. You see what I'm saying? Meaning what? Demons try to tell you to trying to get you to do something that you should not do. Be hard-headed for that. You see what I'm saying? People try to get you to leave the truth. Be hard-headed against them trying to tell you to leave the truth. All right? Good. I think that's it, Professor, all right?
Oh, no, a little bit more.
A little bit more? But that goes off into the stuff on the altar. We just want to part with the fasting. The Native Indians, this is records that the white man found of the Native Indians. And he said that the Native Indians was during the Day of Atonement. You see what I'm saying? On the 10th day, the first day of the civil year, they celebrated the Great Fast, or the Feast of Expiation, and afflicted their souls and ate nothing the whole day. Meaning what? From sundown to sundown. All right, good. We get that. We understand what's going on here, right? Is there any more questions online before we leave?
They just saluted. They just saluted.
Big up my thumb, y'all. All right, big up my thumb, y'all. Big up Asby Long Island. Big up Asby Yonkers. All right, good. Scroll on one more. Good. That's it.
Yeah, those are the sign actions.
No problem. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class to prison officer of 1,000. Paratazar.
All right, clap it up for the class. All right. Isupk security announcements. Isupk security announcements. Right here. We are the Isupk. Start off with 1 West 120th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Mean 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High give you is the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the Day of Atonement will be held, tomorrow, September 30th. Go to isupk.com, scroll down to make sure you congregate with your brothers and sisters, and and you could, and you show repentance for the sins that you have done. So, you could reconcile all the differences with your brothers and sisters that you hold in a grudge on. And, the Most High God, his law, statute, commandments to remind you, to not hate your brother or sister in your heart.
Right.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, men Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men Israel Amazon, which means stand. Men Israel Mashabah, Amazon, Barak, Yahba Shem Yahshua Rakathah, Yazmatah. Class dismissed.